What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So I've been doing a couple of fishing videos over the last couple of weeks, and every time I make a fishing video on how to make gold with fishing, there's always the fishing enthusiast that wants me to keep on going. And me personally, not a big fan of fishing because I think it's boring. But there are some items of interest, like today's item, the Great Sea Ray. They got me thinking, does it make sense to try and obtain it, right? What are the numbers on a Great Sea Ray? Because it's a 250,000 gold mount, and it's a mount. Mounts are not that hard to sell, but how long can you expect on average to spend fishing before you get a Great Sea Ray? Right? So before we dive into the numbers, big thank you to every single one of you guys that has picked up a copy of the 0 to 10 million gold guide. Absolutely insane support, and it's so cool to see that you guys are enjoying the book itself and all the free updates that I do to the book. Now, if you're one of those people enjoying the book, you're probably going to enjoy the VIP Discord as well. It's pretty much like a Patreon, but everything happens on a Discord where you get to watch all my YouTube videos before they go live on YouTube. There's even exclusive content like a gold making tips, spreadsheets, investments, and much more. But you can read more about that and the gold guide with the links down below in the description. So digging into the Great Sea Ray on Wowhead, and there's a lot of interesting things to notice with it, like a lot of them. And the first one that really caught my attention was like when it comes to drop chance, right? Because it's it's very tough to say exactly what the drop chance is on this mount. You pretty much have to look at the drop rate with the people that use the Wowhead plugin and go by the numbers, right? But first of all, where you can obtain it. I mean, if you hoard, just fish it outside of Zuldasar. If you're Alliance, fish it out of Borealis. It doesn't really matter at all. But when it comes to drop chance, if we look at the drop chances from the people that has the Wowhead plugin that will feed Wowhead with the data, it's not too bad. Like 3,000 mounts in 4 million casts, right? That's like, what is that? Like 1.3, 1.4 thousand casts for each person getting the mount. I mean, look at the percentage, 0.07. Not bad. I mean, 0.1% is once every 1,000 casts, right? On average. If we look further down in Zuldasar, the numbers are 0.04, so like right above 2,000 casts for each mount. But then again, all of these numbers should have been fairly similar, right? You can see the vast majority of them are around the 0.03 casts before you get the mount, which I believe is way more accurate, like roughly 1 in a 10k. There's a lot of mounts and a lot of things that are 1 in a 10k, but it seems like this mount is less than that. But it's impossible to say exactly what the drop chance is. So that got me thinking about stuff like how many casts can you do an hour, right? And looking at this this question of Wowhead, you can see 30% of the cast will be at 11 to 10 seconds, 30% at 5 to 6 to 5, and 40% of the cast will be at 1.1 seconds. So let's just say that you do like one cast average every 6 seconds, right? That means every 6 seconds you will get a chance of getting the mount. So in a minute, you will do 10 casts on average, which means that 10 casts each minute, 60 minutes, 600 casts an hour, right? So you can definitely not expect to get one of these mounts every hour. Even every 2 hours, 1,200 casts. If some of these Wowhead numbers were correct, that wouldn't be too far off. And that would mean you could get a mount every second hour. That's depending on your realm. I mean, on my realm, where a mount is going for 250k, that will be 125,000 gold an hour. But that's not super realistic. Let's say that you need 6,000 casts an hour. You're looking at 25,000 gold an hour. If you need to do 10,000 casts, it's down to like 16, 17,000 gold per hour. However, it does get interesting, and it's interesting to a lot of people due to RNG, and that is, if you read the comment section on how many casts people need, you can see yesterday 18,000 casts. That's a pretty bad gold per hour. Over 2 days, 2,000 casts. It's finally over. That's a pretty damn good gold per hour. 16,000 casts, not so much. 22,000, 35,000 and counting. But then you gotta think about, like, you have the same chance of getting the mount on the first cast that you do than cast number 5,000. It's RNG, it's random number generator. So it's not like the more casts you do, the higher chance you will have of getting the mount on each cast. No, but the probability of getting it over 50,000 casts is higher than just doing one cast, right? But there's a bunch of people getting it for like 226 casts, 130 casts, 1,000 casts, right? And at those numbers, 2,000 casts, the gold per hour is extremely good, right? But if you're one of those unlucky dudes having to do 10, 20, 30,000 casts, the gold per hour is not good at all. So yeah, it's very hard to say what the exact drop chance is on it. Therefore, also very hard to say what you can expect to get gold per hour wise. If I were to guess, I would say if you did this farm for 1,000 hours, you would probably make like 20,000 gold an hour fishing. But there's a lot of you guys out there who are forever optimists, and you're going to go and fish for this mount, believing that you're one of those people that will get it in less than 1,000 casts. And a lot of you guys will, honestly. But there's going to be some unlucky dudes, which would have been me, that wouldn't be able to get it in a couple thousand casts. So it's up to you guys if you want to try it out, but it's going to be very interesting if you do decide to give it a go. Please let me know how many casts, how much time did you spend before you actually managed to get the Great Sea Ray. It would be really cool to get some data on that from my viewers. With that being said, if you're planning on trying this farm out, I wish you the best of luck. You'll need it. And that's pretty much it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.